Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Darla Lucian of Darla Lucian Studios, and I am back. If you haven't been around the channel before, or if this is the first video, I've just taken a little bit of time off over the summer, but I would love to welcome you all to my channel, whether you are a long-time visitor or if you're returning. But in the meantime, do you want to hit like, hit the subscribe and notification bell. We are going to be starting to do some regular videos again, and so you're definitely going to want to stay in the know with that. I am going to be doing some how-to videos as well as some journal with me videos. Those are some of the things that I want to do this fall. Definitely comment. Love to hear what you've been up to this summer. What have you been up to crafty-wise, and just whatever, what's going on with your life. And share with other crafty people, and let's get this conversation rolling. All right. So, usually I start off the very first day of the month. I do a goals video. So this is me getting it done just a little later. But first, coffee. It's very warm. Whoops. Very, very warm. I should have let it cool off first before I got the video going. That's okay. All right. So what I want to do is this is just like a journal cover that I made. Really can just slide bits and pieces in. Like I have all kinds of like weird fun things from homeschool that I want to show the kids in here. And so I'm going to put an elastic here. And then I'm going to put these pages in. Just the yellow ones are going to be my September. So I'm going to put this to the side for now, and we're going to work on this. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, my plan is, I already folded these. These are just construction paper. And I'm just doing it hard and fast. So I'm going to do a title page here, my goals here, and then each of these pages is going to be, each spread is going to be 1 week. So I'm going to divide it into 8. And then 1 is going to be for the week overall, and then 7 days. You probably can count, I bet. And then, so when we get to week 5, we don't have as much, but I'm still going to use the whole thing because it's, you never know what happens with life. And then I have, like, the last little bit I'm just going to use as notes. So, for today, we're going to start with the goals page. So I wrote in pencil because when you have the sheets loose, sometimes it doesn't make as much sense where the pages go, which pages are which. So I did it this way so that I wouldn't lose track. I do this often when I do things. I just lightly put on with pencil what my plan was for the page, or alternatively I'll put a sticky note down and write on the sticky note. I've actually got some that are like long, like about like that big, and then they're ruled as well, which is super handy. But be that as it may, I'm going to use brown. I love this. This was coffee bean, but it's now re-inked with Distress Ink Ground Espresso. All right, goals. Gee, I'm just using these. I don't even remember where I got these. There's no brand on here, so that'll tell you something. But they're fabulous. I love the size of them. They're really great for like small lettering, but not like so small. They're good for titles is what I'm trying to say. All right, G. Oh. Hey, give me an A. I'm not worried about lining it up perfectly, but you can line it up a bit just by looking at the top. I could have probably just done this all in one block, but you can get closer together with these stamps if you do them individually. So I kind of like to make it look more like a word. Goals. All right, I'll probably do September with these as well, but we probably won't get to that this video, so we'll see. Okay, so here's the thing. I was thinking about what was happening with me and what I needed And sometimes what you think you need and what you actually need aren't the same things. So like in May when I was doing stuff, I was burning out. I was actually trying to be creative, thinking about what it was that I felt people were telling me and what they needed to learn. And it was getting harder and harder for me to get creative, which is kind of sad in a way, because obviously we want to be able to do things that are going to make us feel super duper excited to be here. And I want you guys to be excited to be here. So of course I want to have content that you want, but also I want to have content that I'm excited to create. And so moving forward, that's what we're doing. So I was burning out. And I also needed to take some time to think about where I wanted to go with this channel and what I wanted to do. And so here is what I have decided. YouTube, I'm going to start back up by doing one video a week. So in the case of September, I'm going to have this video, which I'm recording now, and there'll be 4 weeks of videos. Okay, so simple. I'm just going to do that. It's going to be, I'm going to stick to that schedule, and that way you'll always know and come back Mondays and get your video, get your groove on with me. I've also had some challenges around my health, which has been really, really difficult. I've been dealing with ongoing low energy, but I have a plan with my doctor, and while we're not completely there yet, I'm still on the journey. We are moving forward, so that part was good. But one thing that really set me back was that my computer melted. So the one that I normally did all the videos on, well, the one that I use for everything actually, totally melted down. And I backed it up like 2 months in advance of when it melted. So I lost 2 months worth of work, which my husband, bless his heart, didn't say I told you so more than one time. So, that was difficult to deal with because it wasn't just my information too. My daughter was working on writing a story, and that was sadly lost. So sadly lost. So we might try working on it again with her, because, you know, she remembers some of it, but it's not going to come out the same, and I know she feels that. And so I think that's part of the sadness for her. Anyway, getting things back on track means that I still need to remember to schedule in playtime. I want to be able to get into the studio and just play around, where I'm not worrying about necessarily making something for a video or making something for a client, but just playing. So I want to do at least 20 times in the 1 month. You've seen me put this in before. This is really, really important. Playtime is really, really important, because to get the creative juices going, you need to be able to just have unrestricted play. Play and coffee, apparently. That is the theme for today. Coffee and playtime. All right, so playtime, what it does is it actually hones your creative abilities. It allows you to work at your craft, and it's really, really important to do that. So then I also want to include journaling. I know this sounds ridiculous on a junk journal channel that I'm putting this down, but journaling / writing. Because I like the play part, but sometimes I don't get to the writing part, and that's not going to work. So for the month of September, that looks like 30 days. I want to do it every day. So I am putting in my boxes to fill in. In case you're wondering what this is, these are my check boxes, or I'll just scribble them in, usually. It makes it easier for you guys to see on the video if I've done it or not. Because we will review this October 1, which is what I try to do. I didn't even, I'm not sure where my May one is, so that's why it's not here to be reviewed. Honestly, things went so sideways in May and moving forward that it's not fair to my goals to say, hey, because life happened and like the computer melted and so many other things were on the agenda that were more important than some of the things that were on the goals. So these things happen. And you just have to be flexible with it. All right. So that's my 30? Is it? No, wait. I need more. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. One more. Boy, I'm chatting with you guys. You guys distracted me. Stop that. Okay. There we go. So the other thing that I am doing right now is working on launching my website. And, well, my website will not likely be live before the end of the month. I am hoping that I will put some solid work in on it. So I want to do at least 2 days a week on this. And that is very optimistic considering the kind of month I have as like we homeschool. And also in Canada, if you're from Canada, you know right now the election is going on and we have we've been hired to help with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So between launching our homeschooling again for the fall, where you go from homeschool light in the summer where we kind of do some reading, some math, and lots of playing and exploring, to more intense curriculum-driven stuff in the fall. So September we just kind of get slowly more intense rather than just going, oh, we're back. You know, like it's easier on all of us to just introduce things layer by layer. So we're doing that. And anyway, so website, 2 days a week, I think is optimistic even, but we'll see. And that is really huge. And I know this doesn't really fit with crafty goals or business goals, but I want to make sure that I am working through my spiritual practice as a whole person. But so what I'm going to do is I am going to make a delineation between the ones that are more for work related and crafting, and then ones that are more personal goals. So spiritual practice, again, this is going to be a daily thing. Now, I love reading my Bible, and getting to that is so much fun for me. But some of the other spiritual practices, like meditating, different things like that, I find more difficult. And so I think if I track, I'll be able to see where I'm falling down on things. I am a great starter, a fair middler, and a poor ender. So I'm trying to make sure that I am making goals that are realistic for sustainability. 5, 10, 15, yep. Okay. And that I will be able to do what it is that I want that is congruent with my life moving forward. So I know this seems like it might be kind of a tedious thing. This is almost like bullet journaling, honestly, the way I set this part up. But I use my junk journal cover. See, I kind of blend things. And that's how I feel about a lot of this kind of stuff, is you gotta do what's gonna work for your life. Some of the people who do bullet journaling, they draw and they do some really fancy, pretty, like art on their things, and sometimes I just do it like this, really utilitarian, and then I have already worked on making my cover pretty, and I am going to continue. Like, I have to actually repair my cover. It's starting to come apart because I've been using it so hard. I made this one earlier this year from a file folder, actually, and then I reinforced the spine with an extra piece because the elastic that comes around here kind of pinches down, and I didn't want this part to come in. I wanted it to be really sturdy. So there we are. All right. So not just spiritual practice. I want exercise to be part of what I'm doing on a daily basis, not just 5 days a week, which I had been kind of doing that. I want to ramp it up so that it's one of the first things I think about. So here we go. Let's put this in too. I think you probably know as well as I do that they say that our life is this weird combination of how do you say it when you sit still all the time? Sedentary. And then like we'll go do some intense exercise and then we'll come back and sit again. And if sitting is really the new smoking, then I am a chain smoker. So I need to get moving a little more. Like last night, my kids wanted to go biking and it had already gotten dark. In Canada, it gets dark early. So for the rest of you and the rest of the world, I'm a little jealous. But on the other hand, it was a gorgeous night. And it was absolutely perfect weather for going out and hanging out with the kids. And we live very close to our hospital. And of course, it was night and the hospital parking lot was empty. So the kids were showing all their tricks on their bikes to me. And I was getting some exercise too. So that was really cool. All right. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I should put this on here. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. I probably will put bigger boxes and just put how many glasses I drank that day. That's probably what I'll do. Because how else will I be able to track my 8 glasses? That's what I'll do. All right. And I'm going to do 10 across, I think. Anyway, with my low energy, I found myself sitting a lot more this summer than I normally like to, especially because, you know, I do like the spring and fall, especially in Canada. Just the changing seasons definitely energize me, just mentally even. So, here we go. Let's just focus on putting it down as a goal. And like I said, I've been pretty consistent. I would say, up to this point, I would say 5 out of 7 days a week I would go. But I want to get consistent so that I'm doing it 7 days a week. And with the water drinking, I'm pretty consistent with that too. But it's been a while since I've tracked it, so I just want to see where I'm at to make sure that I haven't slipped backwards, that I'm still moving forward. You know what I mean? And since water is kind of the first go-to for me, I think I'll probably be okay. But again, it's just one of those things where I want to see where I'm at. Are there things that you guys track that you're just double checking back to make sure that good habit's still in there? This is one of the things. I don't know if you like putting things on checklists that you know you're going to get a good check mark on. This is kind of one of those things, I think. So 10, 20, 30. This is my last row. All right. Okay. So that's all I'm going to put on for my goals. So I have some kind of crafty goals, business goals, and then I have some personal goals. And the journaling the writing thing is for the website as well as for this crafty stuff, as well as personal. So it's kind of a blend. But this one I was just using. I have a Creative Memories here, this is a fine tip, and it's the brown one. I really like this shade of brown. It's more of a rich brown. I really like it. It's actually almost very similar to, like when you see the colors, it's very similar to the brown espresso. All right, let me put that back so I can find that later. Okay, I am excited about this, guys. I think this is going to go good. All right, so my point is I'm back, and we're going to be on Mondays. And so come back Mondays and check things out. We are going to be doing stuff. But definitely drop a link or drop a line below and let me know, what have you been working on for crafty goals? Have you gotten lots of crafting done this summer? Or is summer the time you take off from crafting? Is that kind of a winter pursuit for you? Some people you know, are busy with outside stuff at this time of year, and they don't have the same time. You can see how long this the color difference. That's so funny. Yeah, so I mean, what's the rhythm of your life with your crafting? Do you craft all the time, or just in winter? Do you get in your studio every day, or get at your crafting table every day, or is it just something that you get to every once in a while? I'm curious. I'm curious what's going on in your life. Just gluing that down with some Eileen's tacky glue. There we go. All right. So hopefully this is gonna be good. I am gonna finish up the rest of the pages in here and get this going. But I definitely wanted to show you what my goals were. Join me in a month on October 1st, and we will see how well these goals have set me for the month and see where we're at. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and take care. We'll see you next time.